Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today as we gather together, as we seek to build community, as we live into hope and promise and what God has in store for us. And I think that's just it. We need to live into where we are, who we are, what God is calling us to be, and how we are called to live in the world. This past Sunday, we had wonderful worship. We had a guest musician at our early service. And then we had some really powerful discussion about what is important. And one of the things that I took away from that discussion during Adult Faith Formation is the opportunity to meet, to see one another face to face, and to have discussion, to live into what is going on in the world, to live into how easy it is for division to happen. And yet we are called to stand together. And so often I think that we miss that opportunity to see one another, to see where we are, and to engage in conversation and in hope and in promise for the world around us. And it starts with conversation. It starts with interacting with one another. It starts with listening and being willing to hear someone and where they are. In fact, earlier, or at the end of last week, I had a conversation with someone that I know is on the different side politically than I am. But imagine this, we agreed on something deeply powerful, that the system is broken and that, there needs to be some ways to figure it out and to fix it. We agreed on a couple of other things too, but it was, just in those moments of realizing, of the recognition of hope, of promise, of what does it mean for the world today. There's a quote that I posted, it popped up, that I posted 3 years ago. It says, "Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. You're not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free from abandoning it." And I think that's really powerful because it reminds us that first of all, yeah, it can be overwhelming. It can seem that there's so much going on that it just seems to be daunting. So why bother? And yet the whole purpose is to try to do what we can, because if we each do a little, imagine what can change the world. Last week I was dealing with someone hacked our, we believe, information from the church. And so people were getting texts from me asking for gift cards. Never do, wouldn't ask. And I kept saying to people, imagine what could happen, the good that could be done if the people that were doing this took this time and used it for something positive. And I think that's just it. How can we offer something positive for the world today? What does it look like to hold a door, to smile, to ask someone how they're doing, and to really listen? The cultural understanding is you say, "Hey, how you doing?" "Fine," "Good," one word answer, and that's it. And yet, if we are really, or, "Oh, wow, well, what's been going on?" To take that extra step to live into those relationships, that connection, that hope, that engagement, and to really begin to build those opportunities, I think is deeply important. Because that's what it's all about. It's about connecting with one another. It's about living into our faith. It's about learning from one another and growing and seeing God at work in the world through us and around us. And believe me, I'm seeing it because I'm feeling it with all the new life, with all of the joy of spring, with all of the pollen. I just hit me last night into this morning. So I am feeling the new life coming and living into all of that wonderfulness. But as we live out this week, as you are challenged this week, as you feel like, well, what can I do? There's a line from a movie. It's called The Thin Red Line. And Sean Penn's in it. I don't know who else, but I've always been struck by the one line, and this just popped into my head. It says, what can one man do in the midst of all this madness? And it's amazing what one person can do, because that one person's actions can be exponential, can grow to 5 or 10 or 50 or 500. We've seen what can happen when we share things with this tool that we have of the internet, with engaging one another far and wide, and how that can impact people. Imagine how it can impact people today if we live into the good that is here, the hope that is here. And if we offer and share it and engage with one other person or 5 other people, checking in, living into this day more fully, living into our relationship, our community, our faith. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me today as we continue to live and grow and engage with one another. I invite you to share this, to comment, to offer questions, give me feedback, spend some time together reaching out to someone, checking in, and really, truly checking in to see how they're doing. I invite you to join us as we gather this coming Sunday for our 2 worship services, 8:30 and 10:30, with Faith Formation for all ages, starting at 9 and then 9:30 for the adults. So thank you all so much for spending this time with me today, and I hope you have a great week. Take care, everybody. God bless. We'll see you soon.